This is a Mac Boucher driver fitting starting in the PGA Tour Department. That's where we are. My name is Chris Trott, Trotty Golf. You should know that by now, and this is Mac Boucher. I'm starting out with the Mac build. As we get into fitting this driver, you get a player as unique as this. I don't really want to play around with the golf shaft. He's already told me that he likes it. Hazardous TX 2.5 on the torque. Torque is how much this twists. It's writing on here that it's 60 grams. I'm going to say it's a bit heavier than that. Low spin. It's obviously the Hulk, and it's the limited edition one. Again, for this purpose, I don't want to mess around with it. But he picked up this head at the photo shoot, those of you that were a keen eye on that, and you can see that it's coming out at D6. Now, D6 is great if you're giving a heavy weight to go through a collision. Think about this, you've got a ratio, you've got speed. Heavy weight means more energy transfer. Swing weight of his favorite club is D3.5, which is the 7 wood. So I am going to weight this to be, I think, D5, knowing that he's playing D6 now. So that's going to be 2 grams different. If we go in here and we grab ourselves a little wrench and we take that off.
I do know that we've talked a lot about how my 7 wood is my favorite club. And with my 7, that club being at D3.5, it is important to have that feel throughout the bag. And I think that's something I have been lacking. I'd say the last year I've kind of just been winging it with the weights and stuff, which honestly, there's one thing that we can control in golf, it's our equipment and making sure it's consistent. I think it is super important to do that, even for field players like myself.
So this is interesting. So I'm going to bang this into standard, which is now the game ahead, straight in there. Not too worried about the settings yet. We do know that we want the left miss for you.
Yes.
Yeah, so we want hot melt in this. So the face angle looks beautiful. So that's going to be his new driver head.
Love
so
it.
straight off the eye test, that's good. But he's 195.1, if you guys want to scooch in and take a look at this, on the digital scales. I want to put weight at the front at the head. So what I'm actually going to do here, because this came out at 194, if I dive in here, it's swing weights now, D5.5. So I'm actually going to, because I want to add some weight, get into the back of this thing. This will also soften the sound. I've worked a bit with Mac in the past. I know he likes the small LS head, but I also know he likes the classic thuddy sound. So I want to get that for him, which means I'm going to use hot melt.
So before we continue here, Trotty always chirps me about my wrench skills. That was a fumble.
That was a fumble. That was a fumble.
We're just going to put that in there quick. Carry on.
Fair point, fair point. All right, so you measure each and every part here now. So that's 14. So that's where my weight is going to be. Qi10. These have all got code names on them. Of course they have. That's going to go in there. Now I'm going to throw in the 7. Of course, because he's lefty, that causes me all sorts of pain.
Qi10 left-handed driver weights.
This is why we love the Tour Department. You have all this crap everywhere. I love it. Well done, Mac. I see it. Well done.
It's good that they labeled it left-handed.
It is.
It is good. It's great.
I mean, how many left-handed tour players have we got in a
0.
So this is actually, these are all your weights, Mac. They only got all this here for you.
Very nice of them.
All right. And it fits. Back to the education. If you've kept up, well done. Swing weight. Balance point, it's crucial. That's what we're trying to do. So now it's down at C9, so I have room to play with. Obviously rubbing my hands now because I can get into the driver and I can start to move the weight around the head. So back to the wrenchman skills, which has been relentless in this video so far. Round the other side, follow me. I literally have about 12 grams to play with, so it could be a lot. I don't want to put 12 grams in. Things will sound like Tom Weiskopf hitting persimmon. So hot melt, that's what we have here. This is, clues in the name, hot melt. You can see the residue. That will have, I'm just testing, yeah, been there before, no problem. And then you have, it looks like this. You fire it in the top and then it comes out like that. See that?
So big 2 things that hot melt does is change sound and change a slight amount of weight. Would you say that's the 2 major things?
Major thing, right? So I'm going to squirt in here. I know this from experience. Notice how I'm tilting it. I'm going slowly on the trigger because I don't want it to go against the face, and I'm going towards the toe. I want it in the middle toe. Reason I'm being so particular with this, and it's a feel thing, you've got to do it a few 100,000 million times with Masters players on the line, tournament winners, I've done it all. But the bottom line is now I want to feel
where it is.
Well, you can feel that.
Yeah.
Okay?
What would you have done if I had just stuck my hand in the hot melt over there?
I might have left it rolling because it's you.
We've all touched hot glue in our day, especially like school projects growing up, hot glue. You just torch yourself.
All right, so I'm coming around here, I'm banging this on. So I've gone up to D2. Now, again, fitting-wise, a lot of it's done here. Just check that's definitely perfectly sat. D2, so I've got 4 grams to play with. I'm going to go back to the hot melt gun because when I mentioned Tom Weiskopf and that thuddy sound, Mac was kind of like enjoying that. So let's dive around there again.
I do love a thuddy noise, not a tingy noise. Sounds more solid. I don't know about anyone else watching, but when I hear the thud, it feels low spin. When I hear ting, I think high spin. That's just me. But.
So again, now pick up on what he's saying from a fitting point of view. I've got the hot melt right here. These last 4 grams, I'm going to try and get here. So I'm going to go from here to here.
And you do have to worry about where it goes to with the carbon face. Does it make a difference?
I don't want it on the face. It'll make it slow.
There you go.
I mean, geez, I'll be hitting it past you.
You probably already do. I'm a little bit of a...
So in here, like this, back on there, and this is a slow process. So you get all the goo coming out.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Then you go like this, boom, in, wipe off any cobwebs, spider webs, fire that on.
How, when you guys put hot melt in like woods, without that spot, the weight in the back, where do you guys inject it from?
So quite often, this head doesn't have it. You'll have a hot melt port.
Oh, is that what that little plug is?
Yeah. And look, I'm creeping up on it. That was 2 grams. It's got to be right. If we go too far, it's a nightmare to remove it. So
How do you remove it?
You have to heat it with a heat gun, and then you have to drip it out the hole. When you start on tour, you have to do that because you don't really know what you're doing. You think you know, but you realize you don't. It's rare because nowadays you learn what you're doing. And obviously, look, there's other ways to do it. I can change this weight, I can get to it, but I just want to make sure that we get this bang on.
You say
D3.5.
most tour players have some type of hot melt in there just because it needs to be perfect, or is a lot of them are just because I think people have this misconception that hot melt is going to make the club faster. It's going to do all this.
No. It can make it slower.
It can make it slower, right? So it's more of just like strictly a feel thing to dial in a perfect weight.
It's a feel, and the answer to your question is no. No, we're not doing it as often as you think. We do it with certain players who really want to release the club. Maybe those days are dying. If you think about old golf swings, and we're getting into it now, if you've got your wrists in a certain position at the top, you've then got to recreate neutral, so you have to release them. If you think about Morikawa, Brooks Koepka's wrist positions now, they don't need to release the face at all. They just turn square onto it. So right. Hot melt is more of an old school thing. It's still a big part of the tour. Certainly with fairway woods, but it's not every day. So that's why I was so due diligent on that. D4 in the shadow graph, absolutely on the money. To me, with fitting, the weight is everything. It really is. But to answer the question again, if consumers are out there going, well, I can't get that. Yeah. If you're having a fitting, all these weights can be changed. Look how many weights there are.
Yeah.
You can change them all. R7 quad, again, Google it. Any youngsters out there that don't know it, get on there, Google that, and that was the start of movable weight. Right, that's good. It's drying. That's why I keep putting my hand on there now. Look how long I can leave that on there for now. It's hot, not as hot as it was. A tidy workshop is a good workshop. Remember that. That's how I've kept the job here for so long. Let's move over back to the Dela Cruz Loft and Lie. Let's grab Mac's gamer driver. Where did that go, mate? Grab that puppy for me. So all of these steps, what they do is they speed up the fit. Good player can get the guy fit in 10 golf balls. I've got your gamer golf shaft. I don't have to stress about, is this right? That's why I don't like change shaft. I now know the weight's good. I know the face angle's good. I know where the weight is. I know the sound's going to be good. I just want to check the loft on this versus the loft on that, because while I said swing weight is important, what's even more important is the loft. Okay, so we raise this up. This is our face. Remember, we have twist face in it. For all of you guys out there who love the techers, we are on with good grooves, alignment, really flat on this, but that is flat for the grooves on the face versus the crown. It's important you know that. The body won't be this flat, but it needs to be for measuring purposes. Bang that in there, just over 9. So that's a good start point. Just over 9 degrees. 1 sec, mate. Boom, boom, in there. I think that's going to be lovely for Mac. I don't need to mess around with that. I want to just check this. We will bounce to the kingdom and we will have him hit some golf shots. But I just want to know where we're at. So this is the gamer. Lie angle's the same, which is a great start. Loft is coming out, and it's important that we know this smidgen stronger in loft, which means to get apples for apples, I might have to put the new head 1 click towards lower, because this is a left-handed sleeve. That is another thing that absolutely crushes the fitters out there. But all in all, I'm confident. It's a 2-degree sleeve, so 1 click would give me 0.75 degrees, so that'll be the same if it's 1 click lower. But I've got hot melt in that one. I've got a lighter swing weight, so let's go check the ball flight out. We'll see you guys over at the Kingdom. So here's the scoop. We're now at the beautiful kingdom. I've got the man Mac ready to hit. His tash has grown a little bit more. He looks a little bit more beautiful. Bottom line is, that is how I would have started this on the actual tour. I get the build, I measure the club, then we go to the hit. We've walked straight out here. He's hit a couple of looseners. I have not had him hit a golf shot yet because I want to see that first reaction.
If this doesn't sound...
Now, this will sound money.
If it doesn't sound, you're to blame.
I wouldn't normally say this, but we got the weight all the way in the toe as well, so we've got a ton of weight in the toe. So let's just see how we go. It'll sound great.
Keep that. Keep
the loosener swing was beautiful.
I just had to watch Trotty build this for the last hour. I'm a little bit cold, hence the divot with the driver. I have been known to take a divot with the driver, so that was a good representation. All right, we're not going to do that. It was high in the face, but that sound is very, very close to the sound we want. So it'll be good to catch one in the middle here.
Talk to me about that swing. Before you hit one, just talk, let's do this now properly. What was the feel on that? Just first swing, stiff?
It felt good. I'm a little bit cold. So.
Yeah, because it was domey and the speed was slow.
Yeah, no, I almost missed it.
Okay, good.
It was borderline, I missed the ball.
Okay, great, because I'm trying to look at everything here.
Still a little high in the face. I might lower that tee height down just a little bit until I get the middle of the face strike.
There you go. Okay, cool. I'm happy. 173 ball speed. Love that. Hit properly. He's hit a couple of looseners. 297, 320 total out the gate. Numbers I'm calling out are the ones that I look at. They're the important ones at the end of the day. That's a little toey, toe banger.
I'm just catching it high in the face.
High in the blade, 164. So remember, we changed the swing weight. So whenever you change the swing weight, players got to just get used to the feel of that. Spin numbers were still pretty good. A shadow out your way. 170 ball speed. So initially when you were hitting the first few shots, I was worried there was a bit of glue against the face, but there's not. Not a 170
I didn't hit
speed.
the face with the first few that I hit. Do you see my divot with that practice swing? I was catching it high in the face. Those are just high tumblers.
Feel like you've got to add?
I feel like, you know what I think I need?
Loft?
I need loft. I feel like I'm having to hang back.
Looks like you are. But it's interesting because we know that this head was a 1/4 degree weaker. Numbers are not bad.
Being a feel guy, I always find that it takes me a few shots to kind of feel where the head is, and then from there I'll find it. It's normal for me not to immediately start hitting something really well. Especially my swing changes so much. Yeah, that looks better.
Lovely. So straight away from setup there with Mac, and I'll do it right-handed. To me, and I was about to say it, you got there before me, but look, hang on a minute. 171 ball speed, 16.3 launch, 117 apex, normalized 324, carry 299. That right there is absolute money. As we're looking at this, when I was looking at him from straight on, he had his spine angle just tilted back a little bit this way.
I do a lot of auto defaults when I see a club that's like not a lot of loft. Naturally, I want to tilt back. If I see too much loft, I feel like I need to be down and across it.
Yeah.
Which most people kind of just have one kind of gear and that's what they swing to. Yeah. I adapt based on what I see. So
a lot of players do, but I think hit some more. But from my point of view, I mean, this is pretty much boxed off. Every shot is doing what you want it to do. Keep going. I'm just checking the numbers to make sure they're doing what I want them to do. So that one will need to be high face, he just said, so it needs to be high launch, slower in speed, it is. High launch is good, and then spin, yeah, a little bit domey. But he's saying high hit, but he's still getting 300 on the total. So everything's doing what it wants. It's good there.
Yeah, that was closer. I think I just need to tee it down a little lower right now, to be honest. There we go. That's way closer.
So notice how, as a player, he's like, oh, I think I just need to tee it down a little bit. The thing that you have to do now as a fitter, less of this. It's difficult. We're making a YouTube channel. You guys comment all the time. You're like, oh, You know, Trot, you speak a lot. Yeah, because I'm trying to educate as we go along. True fitting now, you don't say anything. He's learning about the golf club. You do not say a thing and you just let him hit. So let's just admire that last one was down.
Yeah, so I mean, the last three have been almost the exact same. First spin, launch, ball speed, which for me it is consistency. Driver's the one club in the bag that I'm kind of a one-trick pony with. So now that I'm kind of finding what tee height is working, a lot of time on driving ranges, I start teeing it too high because I just want to wail at it. When I'm on the course, I tee it quite low. So probably not a great representation. When I first came out here, I had it probably teed up a little too high. I was trying to wail at it, tee it my normal height and just make my normal swing, and it's kind of doing what I want to.
There you go. So the guy's saying everything. But the only thing I would challenge, which we'll do, is, I mean, that's lovely. I need him to have the whale. He has to be able to hit that one, otherwise you're taking a shot away from a player. But the trick with these great players is to just let them adjust, let them chill.
All right, one more.
Great there. Yeah. Do you know why I think you're teeing it low?
There, 175 ball. So that was a little better.
That was fantastic. This is why I think you're teeing it low. Look at the flags, Mac.
Yeah.
We're into like a 10-mile-an-hour wind now.
Totally.
So what happens is a player subconsciously adjusts to the launch and spin as to what we're trying to do. So if I ask Mac to hit high, it's hard to do. This in a tour scenario now is, I mean, he's hitting it 320. He mentioned consistency. It's good, but what I would want to do is I'd want to now see it on a golf course and just
definitely.
finally dial in the last pieces.
Definitely.
Because in all fairness, I might be the best Kingdom player there is.
I'm the worst driving range player in history. We're very opposite.
But I mean, that's pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna hit one draw with it just because I know I don't hit a lot of draws, but I think it is important that if I need to hit a draw, am I still capable with this current setup? Okay. And I'm actually catching the middle of the face. It feels extremely good.
I think confidence will just grow with that as we go on. We might bring you some shots from the golf course. Be sure to hit subscribe, follow for them, keep an eye out for them. But that is where we would go in terms of Mac Boucher, in terms of getting that driver built in the tour department, set up to how he likes it, and starting the session. I think you said it great, just get some consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Roy.
Great job.